Hi there everybody, I'm Mike and welcome to my channel. Today I have Gigapower's Master Robots Gigasaur's Grassor HQ02R, or just Grassor, or if you just want to go by his normal name, this is Masterpiece Slag, but it totally isn't. But it kind of is. Taking a look at the box, this thing is gigantic. It's absolutely huge. It's got great artwork on the front. It has some okay artwork on the side, and on the back it has just different poses and warnings and whatnot. It's a little light right now because I took all the stuff out. Let's see what comes in the box. First thing you'll see is a gigantic block of styrofoam. Inside the styrofoam are instructions with stickers, which I'm pretty sure are for the eyes, if you want them blue or a more different red. Also, everything comes packaged in here. You can see it came packaged. Actually, you can't see because my lights are too bright, but if you could see this clearly, he would have come packaged in his robot mode. We'll get into most of these as we go. I just want to point out that that's how it comes packaged. And here he is in all of his Triceratops glory. If you follow Bots and Shots on my channel, you'll notice that the latest episode was a top 10 list between me and Zach. This guy actually ended up, this guy actually ended up being my number 2. I like him a lot. He looks exactly like he should. He is a masterpiece Slag. He's hefty. He has a lot of die cast in him. He has a lot of great paint applications. I honestly don't even feel like Repro Labels needs to make stickers for him because a lot of things they would have added became painted that way, and that's fantastic. So it's pretty obvious that I like him. Let's go over some things real quick just off the top of my head that I don't like. This might just be a problem with mine, but he does have some blemishes on his chrome. Right here on his forehead. It looks like it's markings from the styrofoam, like he was put in his box a little too soon and the paint wasn't dry, because this does not come off. I'll be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed with it, but it's just, I'm not gonna let that one little blemish really ruin the whole figure for me. It does suck, don't get me wrong, but I love the rest of the figure so much that I'm willing to overlook that. A couple other things, I do have a hard time getting these to really stay together. I actually haven't until recently noticed that this isn't flushed together unless I press it, and then it stays for a little bit and eventually it sort of spreads out. I don't know if that's because I mistransformed something inside there. There's a lot going on, but maybe I don't have something pushed in quite right somewhere, and that's causing this to gap out a little bit, because I don't remember it being like that when I first transformed it. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to dislike in here. I feel like he looks like he should. Now, if you so desire, he does come with these smoked plastic pieces that go on parts of him to give him more of a toy Diaclone look to him. They just snap right on. Now, unfortunately, these cannot stay on for actually, this one might be able to stay on for transformation, but the tail cannot stay on for transformation, but it does give him that toy look that he had. I'm not a huge fan. Honestly, this is the first time I pulled them out for this review specifically, and I'm gonna put them back in the box and never think about them again. But it's an option if you want to display him in Dino mode and want to display him with these plastic bits. Now, a couple of other accessories to talk about before we get into articulation. My least favorite are these little rocket pods. I just don't really like them. It does give them sort of a Dino Riders feel, but I don't know. I've never really liked weaponized alt modes. Alt modes are for hiding. Although, are you really hiding looking like a robot Triceratops? Maybe not. The other option, and I got this because I pre-ordered, but maybe he still comes with it. I think you can buy it separately. In the mouth of the Triceratops here is a flamethrowing option, and it came with this little flamethrowing piece. I think I have that upside down. And it just kind of sticks right in. This is actually the first time I'm doing it like this. So it is a little heavy, and you do have to sort of support it either by being on the ground or holding it in your hand. But it does look pretty cool because that's what he's supposed to look like. He has a flamethrower in his mouth, and it's cool to have this flamethrower effect to go on it. So last, before we get into the transformation, let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation. Horns, mouth, flamethrower, flamethrower articulation, head side to side, up and down, frills, front leg bicep swivel, front leg elbow articulation, back leg all the way around, back leg knee bend, toes, toe kind of, and tail. Just that way, not up and down. Also, legs can go in and out on the front and the back. So that's the articulation. What do you think? Honestly, for being a dinosaur, I feel like he's really good. He's hefty. He has a surprising amount of posability, which is actually pretty cool. He definitely looks cool scaled with other Masterpiece figures and Devastator. I actually don't know if I have any pictures of that. Sort of ill-prepared for that. I didn't think about size comparisons. My bad. Let's get him in robot mode. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this in frame, but this is gonna be tough because he gets big. Transformation. Start with the bottom. Split all the way. Tail comes up, flips around, goes inside. Tail comes up, clips in. Leg comes around, toe straightens out. This part comes inside. Undo latch. Leg collapses, toe flips in, leg spins around, goes inside. Oh, this helps. Don't forget the flap. Leg goes in a little further. Leg closes up, close flap, retab in tail. Leg turns around, back wings pull out, whole waist turns around. Arms come down, flap opens, hands come out, turn around. Head moves up and back, mouth flips around, taps in, chest opens, head flips up, closes and locks. And here we go. Here is Slag in all of his robot glory. Look at him. Look at him, seriously. From head to toe, just look at him. He's sexy. He's got nice toes. He's got smoked glass bits that show a lot of fun detail underneath. He's got a lot of great paint applications. He's got great proportions. Honestly, it's really tough not to like this guy sexually. Should I say that? Grassor robot articulation as follows. Horns, frills, dino back kibble. Head is on a ball joint. Arm goes around but is limited by frills and back. Arm goes out, ratcheted elbow joint, bicep swivel, individually articulated fingers, wrist swivel, waist, skirt, back skirt, side skirt, leg goes out, leg goes back, leg goes out to the side, knee bend, upper thigh swivel, awkward transformational knee bend, and slight toe tilt. Now he does have a couple of fun options you can do. Number one is the head. Now you can see here I have a black head. Now that's just how I like my robots to look. I don't know why. Red just doesn't do it for me as far as head. But I know a lot of people out there are purists and they prefer to have a red head. So you do have that option. In fact, that option actually comes with the figure. On top of having a couple different head options, he does have the ability to have batteries put in his head to give him light up eyes if you so desire. I don't, but if you want to, they're there. So this is the red head option. I'll put a picture up because this would be a little crazier without it. You have two different choices of face. You've got silver face, which is what I have here. We have closed mouth and sort of a snarling look. Then if you want, you can have a red face to go with the red head or black head, I guess. If you want to get just that different look. It's basically the same face. One with like just a closed mouth and one with a snarl. Now the snarl on the red face has red teeth too, and mine's actually chipping right out of the box, so this is painted. I guess I could just repaint it, but it came pretty much right out of the box with paint chips already on it. So that's not the reason I chose not to do it. I don't really care about the red face, so it doesn't bother me that the paint's chipping on it, but I do want to point out that if that's something you're looking for, look out for that because the paint's chipping on mine. He also has two options as far as the visor. We have a blue visor and we have a red visor. I like the red visor over the blue visor. I believe you can switch these out if you want to. This is the setup I like, that's why I've got it on here. I just wanted to point out that you have options if you so desire. Another fun option is he comes with these filler pieces. So, again, if you prefer more of a toy look, you can pull these legs out to the side, and there's peg holes inside here and pegs inside of here. So if you choose, you can have the legs on the outside like the original toy does, and then you don't have these hollow bits in the middle. It's basically just a leg filler, so it looks better while still looking more toy accurate. Now, I don't like that. I prefer less kibble on my Dinobot. and I prefer the leg to be actually inside. So these stay in the box for me, but again, I just want to show you that it is an option. So that fun's out of the way. Let's take a look at some of his accessories for robot mode. First, we have a gun. Now, all of these accessories actually do have a light up feature. So if you want, you can put batteries in here and there's a button on the back and it lights it up. I won't, I don't really care about that so much. There is a peg system just like every other masterpiece. It fits right inside the hand. Close the fingers around. Now I do want to point out the fingers on the hand are kind of loose. I wish the ball joints were a little tighter. Also the wrist swivel is a little loose. So occasionally, especially on the sword, the whole hand will sort of flop over that way. It's not a big deal. If you get it posed, it'll stay that way. It won't randomly fall over, but if you shake it a little bit, it might. Not a huge deal for me. This next thing is the sword. Of course, Dinobots have to come with swords. It'd be weird if it didn't. And there we go. This is Slag all weaponed up and sorted out, transformed and ready to cause a lot of mayhem wherever he needs to. I don't really know where I'm going with that. I was trying to go somewhere and it didn't. I think these things can also go in places here, like the elbows, if you want. I don't really care about that. And one last bit of fun, if you did get this bottom part comes off. These actually come apart on the sides, and there is a sword outline groove on the inside. And I think it goes in like this. Now you may have guessed that yes, this extra sword bit to make it look like his sword is on fire does significantly increase the weight of the sword, which puts a significantly greater increase of strain on his hand. So while it can still hold it up because you have super strong ratchets on his arm, it might fall out like that because of the weight. Again, it's not a big deal. If you have his hand straight up, he'll hold the pose usually pretty well, but if you knock the top of it, it might send it over, falling out of his hand. It's not a gigantic problem for me. It might be for you. These are just things I'm pointing out. He's not a perfect figure, but he's a really good figure. Compared to the only other Masterpiece Slag available from Fans Toys, I feel like he's a better figure. He's a great transformation, not overly complicated, still satisfying. He's got a lot of great posability. He looks great, and he's actually less expensive. I know Fans Toys is giving Slag another go at their Perfect Fusion, cesium, baloney, whatever figure. That's fine. He's actually, I think he's about the same price as this. I don't think he's gonna be the same size though. I think he's gonna be the same size as their smaller Fans Toys. And you might like those better. That's absolutely fine. I went with this because of the price point and the larger size. And I don't regret it even a little bit. He's a fantastic addition to my shelf. He looks great in every mode. I love all the playability that he comes with. I can't recommend him enough, honestly. If you can find him, this is the chrome version. I know the metallic version isn't out yet, but it's coming out, and that one looks good too. I just like my Dinobots to have a little more chrome. You know, they got that bling. They need that bling. I'm giving my version an 8.5 out of 10. I'm docking it a point because of some of the loose joints that he has in his hand, and again down here on the ratchets, like that. So I'm docking it a point for that. And then I'm docking it at half a point for mine having blemishes on the head. Yours might not. If I didn't have blemishes, I might honestly give this guy a 9. But mine does have blemishes, so 8.5 out of 10. Still highly recommended. Very, very good. Especially if you have Toy World's Devastator. It scales really well. I'd show you, but mine's apart because I'm working on reviews for it. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for getting this far into my video. Stay tuned for my channel for more stuff. I've got Star Wars, I've got Transformers, bots and shots, all of that fun stuff. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye. If you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, like and comment. Also, if you're interested in picking this up, I got this from thechosenprime.com. They're not paying me to say that, but I said it anyway.